Hello everybody, thanks for watching. I'm out here in the garage working on my 2006 Pontiac GTO, and I am about to do a side-by-side comparison between the HENDRIX Engineering and the Harrop differential cover brackets. One thing you'll notice right offhand is the HENDRIX Engineering, it's in raw metal, where the Harrop is painted. To the guys at HENDRIX Engineering, this thing came in a hammer tone, gray and black. I wasn't really happy with the color. I wanted mine all black. I had it repowder coated over the top, and then in the course of 3.5 years of taking this on, putting it on the car, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off, I wound up chipping some of the powder coat here, chipping it here, chipping it here and here, and I was not happy with it. I stripped it, and now I'm going to have it recoated again. But just for right now, it kind of makes a nice contrast between the two. It also allows me to see the build quality and how this was constructed. Now on the HENDRIX Engineering here on the right side, you can see their little logo. You have a weld that goes from one side all the way down to the other. Whereas on the Harrop, you have a weld here to here and here to here. So you can sort of see that in that light, the reflection of the light there. So I'm not going to say one is welded better than the other. When I turn this one over and flip it around and stuff, you're going to see a couple more differences here. But, I mean, this looks like one solid piece and from different angles, where this does not. You know, whatever. I don't really care. One thing I do care about is if you're going to be putting down any kind of power to the wheels or anything, or trying to get power to the ground. If I kind of line these up here, tighten it up with my fingers and hold it together, you'll see the HENDRIX Engineering, the metal there is thicker than on the Harrop. There you go. So the materials here are thicker. In theory, that to me would mean it's going to hold up to a little bit more abuse, a little bit more power. Again, if we take it and we look at it from this angle here, the arms that come down that actually go to the differential cover, you can see the difference of the metal there, how thick that is. So on the HENDRIX Engineering, it is significantly thicker than on the Harrop. When I mic'd this out, that was 1/15,000th of an inch thicker with the Harrop, or I'm sorry, with the HENDRIX Engineering differential cover bracket than it was with the Harrop. Something else you're going to notice is if I put them this way, and show you like this. Now, when you go to put these parts into the car, you have to put the bolts in all four corners first. On the Harrop, you have to tighten these bolts up pretty significantly, because when you try to tighten this bolt through this access hole, because once you get this on here, once you get the differential cover on, it's blocking. This is the back, this is the front. There's no way to get it from this side. You have to go through this hole, because you have an arm here that goes to the cover, and there's no way to get through here to get to this bolt. Conversely, on the HENDRIX Engineering, you have a larger access hole, but you also have a longer or more oblong hole for that bolt. So when you go to put the bolt in and you try to tighten it up, if you need to play around with it and line everything up so you can get the cover in, you got a little bit more play. You have more room to get your cover on over the differential than you do with the one that came from Harrop. Another thing, again, with the welds, again, you can see on the inside here, the weld goes from one side all the way down to the other. If I zoom in a little bit closer, you can see it looks like a stack of nickels, so just like you want to see. Sorry about, I didn't get this all cleaned off that well. I'm not worried about that for this video. But on the other side, it doesn't go from one side to the other, which is fine because you have this bolt hole. And in order to put the washer and the bolt on, you want to have a nice, snug, tight fit. You don't want any slag here. If they did weld it any closer, you get slag. In fact, I can kind of feel some back here. I don't feel any here. I don't feel any here. So they did a pretty good job. These guys know what they're doing when they're putting this stuff together and welding it. These guys are, I'm pretty happy with the way this was built and constructed. But you can actually get in there. Now, when I move this over, and I put my finger in here, I can actually get to that. And if I go swing side to side, I have a lot more room if I go to put here from side, let's flip this over, make it easier this way. If I go here, I put my finger there and go back and forth, I have a larger swing arm here than I'll ever have on this one. Again, flip it over, put my finger in there. There is no, I can move my finger side to side, but the fulcrum is here when the bolt is here. The bolt is your fulcrum. I need to go this way and move it like this. Now, one of the advantages of the Hendrix Engineering is this part right here, that nice little angle. If I can put them a little closer together, you can see that 45-degree angle right here, which allows for that swing arm to be able to come over further. If this piece extended out to here, and if I just go like that, I'm not going to get very far. But because this piece angles down further, or angles down more, I'm able to get this part, my wrench in here and move it over and tighten it up a lot easier, a lot faster, and I can actually get it tight opposed to this one. So there's a little bit more adjustment. It's easier to put on and off. You can tighten your bolts all the way up as much as you need, and the metal is thicker. So if you're putting any kind of horsepower down, in my imagination, if you've got, like on my car, it'll be around 900 horse. If you got any sort of horsepower going down, if you're throwing your car through the twisties, autocross, drag racing, you name it, if you need a bracket for your Harrop differential cover, you know, no offense to Harrop, I mean, they made the cover, but Hendrix Engineering, I think because they got the chance to look at this one, dissect it, take it apart, put it back together again, and come up with a better design, hands down, I really like this piece. Again, I am not a spokesperson for Harrop. I am not a spokesperson for Hendrix Engineering. I'm just a guy out here working on my 2006 Pontiac GTO. These brackets will work with your 2000 to 2005/6 HSV GTO, Holden Monaro, Vauxhall CV8, and your Chevy Lumina in the Middle East. So anyway, that's the side-by-side comparison of the two. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a good day, and if you like my video, give a shout out. Thank you very much.